tad early. Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we headed inside. My brother the Lars will not be long. Can I... Can I mean, honestly, I don't use food in the MSQ in most of this game, so I'd really just be selling the food eventually, so it's just a shortcut. But you returned from the council. But what of Alfino? Did some other matter require his attention? What did you do? What did you do? And apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Kryle, how's Naga doing? She will be alright, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. The terrorists keep an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I'm certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, mayhap you would share with us the Council's decision? Each of the nations, Eorzean and Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Eorzean Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial caught between the Resistance and the Alliance. Ida, you cannot seriously... One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite to open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. If only there were some way to reach the Griffin, some means to convince him to abandon his reckless course. Not be entirely unfeasible. A network of tunnels beneath Belser's wall. Secret passages dug by the Resistance provide a way out of Alamigo, which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I'm familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? See what you want, I'm coming too. Some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine. It has been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi, and I do not intend to waste the opportunity. It is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Kryle and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What have you leveled yours? I'll return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worst, 'twould seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany Marikon? Gridania will be safer for your presence, and while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask that you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on? That does not seem the most effective use of her. To hold the fort, you mean? Very well, I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you. Let me go. Let me go. Go. Let me go. Alfie, what now? If you have any unfinished business in the toll, pray attend to it now. I depart for the Hawthorne Hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Belser's Wall, and I should be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top. Cool. Release me. Hawthorne Hut? Hawthorne Hut. That one. They're literally right there. Right. Alfie, I wanna go fight something. No, I can't. There you are. Come. Amarthus fire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments at the wall. Fancy meeting the two of you here. You're about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alphino. You'll have the griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Ida. Mary, a moment ago you seemed ready to shake the griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So which is it to be? It would be best to decide before we enter into negotiations. Trust me, Papalemo. I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part I leave to you. I think I feel a headache coming on. Let's be on our way, shall we? Some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. Sway... What's up there anyway? Ah. Thunderbolts and lightning. Or judgment bolts and lightning. A reference to thunderbolts and lightning. Very, very frightening. Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you're here to speak with our commanding officers. You'll find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. Greetings, my friends. 'Tis good to see you both well. Was hoping you might turn up. Dragged half the watch here, see? And the sight of that you might help remind him why we bothered. If memory serves, I've not seen many of you since the day of the Grand Melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honor it is to stand by your side. Disheartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All's been quiet. That looks decidedly not quiet. Or, what? Seven hells, fighting is broken on top of the wall. Full-scale assault. So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. What's this supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors. Possible, we gave no such order. Of course. Well, it was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We've been goaded into employing our armies nearby, thus lending weight to this deception. Those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts. The Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. So, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin supporters to slip into Ala Mhigo. We could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Orzia, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Archon, we must make for the wall at once. What? Just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin over his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They'll emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It'll be dangerous, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin. If we can do that... Lady Hild, might I ask you to have an airship ready to bear the Science to safety? I don't know who this Lady Hild is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through this storm. Can I queue? Can I queue up, Nat? Okay. Oh, a little bit more. Forward, comrades! The time has come to drive the Empire from El Amigo and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. El Amigo will be free, no matter the cost. And ads starting up any second now. Oh, I have to go over and talk to you first. Less talking, more fighting. Well, Papa Limo told me the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straightways for the tunnels and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there were any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reason, by any means necessary. Once we have freed the tunnels, we'll make for your position with all due haste. If everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us all away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time. Now will you... Okay. Now for the usual, we are at a dungeon activities queue. Change class to Fisher. Fishing are on Fulgurt Float nowadays. Go back to floating minnow should be. Hopefully we can fish with you here. We'll find out in a second. Yep, we can fish with it here. Dark Sleeper. And next week should be able to finish up Heavensward and start into some of the... So we've got the Warring Triads from When the Bow Wakes. We've got stuff in the Firmament. Ah, good. We have auto sneak now. We've got the Alexander raids, and we've got the Shadows of Mach raids. I'll put whichever one I decide to start with in the graphic, but probably going to start with Warring Triads next week, depending on how long in. That last pull-up, you can tell whether it's going to be a large fish or not. That one isn't. There's a longer, more struggling pull on a large fish. Alamigan fighting fish. Yeah, I'm fishing while I wait for the queue for the dungeon to pop. It's what I do a lot. Oh, we can mute mooch. Oh, you can also catch a shadow catfish that way. Interesting. Did it scare you a little bit? I forget how... I don't think I had it set that loud. Oh, there's our Q pop. So help me God if that other DPS does not hit the button. I stopped fishing for this. I waited 37 years for this queue and the other DPS can't be bothered to push the button. Okay. Rude. Fair enough. They're not for everyone. You can play the majority... Actually, I think by this point, you can play the entirety of the main scenario of Final Fantasy XIV without having to join a party with anyone else. I think you can now trust find the entire MSQ. Long until we get another Q pop. I also usually don't play DPS, and DPS historically have longer queues than anyone else. There we go. Really? That wasn't even like they let the timer run. They didn't decline that. What the hell? For realsies this time? Thank you.